Hey, Mr. Noonan, this is Paul Cundiff. So I had responded to your question about um, about why would we use this old plank and not replace with a new plank if we were going to take care of this blemish. And I had sent back I thought I sent back a long-winded email, and so I thought, well, I'll just do a video, and then everybody can see it. Um, so it's really a question of, do you want to preserve this as much wood in this boat as you can, or do you want to replace it? A lot of people would like. Matter of fact, we've done several boats where people just want to preserve as much of the original wood as they can. And so the trick for being able to do that with this plank, for example, would be to remove the plank and put, we have some very thin plywood. It's a 1/16 of an inch. It's marine plywood, and it is 3 layers that make of wood that make up the 1/16 of an inch plywood. And so we would epoxy that plywood to the back of this plank, and then we would either plane or a combination of planing and thickness sanding until this blemish is completely gone. And then we reapply the plank to the boat, and so you have exactly the same wood grain as was originally on the boat, exactly the same plank, so on and so forth, because as a move to preserve as much wood as possible. There are some categories, or at least there were for a while, best preserved and best restored. Best restored might, like if you're showing, best restored might be where the entire sides of the boat were replanked. And this has been replanked at some point in time. And then the other category, of course, is best preserved. So it's really just a matter of preference for you. And so, matter of fact, I put a question, which way do you want to go? Would you want us to go ahead and replace it or preserve it? Or the blemish is rather small, and you might hate to spend a bunch of money replacing this plank and go tie up to a restaurant and put a ding right where that one's at. Put some dock rash right where that's at. That would be very painful. So that would hurt my feelings really bad. So anyway, that's the thought process about it, and I'll just wait to hear from you what you'd like to do. I also had a question. I had sent an email, and maybe you didn't get it, and I need to resend it, about having a. They made a seat that sat right here in front of the engine box that pulled out of sockets in the floor, so it could be removed if you wanted to, or placed into the sockets to stabilize it, of course, when it's in place. So those were the questions that I've got for you right now, and we have your flooring material in. We haven't, of course, taken your floors out and recovered them yet, but that material is here. So anyhow, we'll talk to you soon.